What's up guys, Rachel Crab here. Welcome back to another Battles 2 video. Today we are going to be seeing if we can win with the default strategy. The default strategy is Quincy, Bomb, Dart, Tack. So we're going to use Bomb, Dart, Tack, with Quincy as our
You want
hero.
some?
Yeah, you want some?
We're in Ceramic Crucible, so this challenge is not going to be easy, that's for sure. But Garden isn't a terrible map
I never
for
miss.
Dart. And Quincy
Ready
is
to
pretty good
fly.
early game, so we're going to excel probably early to mid game, but we're going to fall off late game, that's for sure. We're going to put Quincy right there.
Just give me a target.
We're going to eco with grouped reds. And we're going to go for a Spike-a-Pole on our next income boost. There we go. It is better to send grouped reds instead of space blues. I don't really care. Usually I send space blues and then transition into grouped blues, but we're going to be fine either way. I'm going to go ahead and get enhanced eyesight even though we really don't need it till round 12. But the Spike-a-Pole is going to be pretty good for us for all the balloons that our opponent's going to send us. For most AI balloons, once we get it to a Juggernaut, we'll be pretty much fine to everything. But that's for another time. I'm thinking we'll go for a crossbow up here. Now, with crossbow, you can either go top path for more damage or middle path for faster firing. I think it's a better idea to go for top path. I think having it fire a little slower but do more damage is worth it. So that's what I go with. Sometimes you'll see me go middle path, however, because it all depends on the situation. If I'm doing like Dart Monkey only, I'll probably go for middle path because we'll have enough Dart Monkeys where it's worth it. But for right now, I think that our setup's going to be fine. We will have to watch out for leads, however, because we don't have a Juggernaut right now, but leads don't come out till around 10 to be able to send. So we shouldn't have to worry about that for a while. Do want to get a Juggernaut as soon as possible, however, just because I feel like, well, our defenses will be so much better with it. And I'm gonna kind of eco casually for right now. So this is how I normally eco. I go group reds, grouped blues. Depending on the situation, I might go space white, space blacks, but that's all situation dependent, and right now we're not in a position to do that. But I normally don't send grouped greens until around 13. Like, I'll stick with grouped blues, and then on round 12 I'll switch over to space rainbows. Then around 13 I'll go to grouped greens because grouped reds and blues are no longer available by that time. But we're doing pretty good to everything, I'd say. We do have to watch out for if our opponent's going to rush us with purples or rainbows. They've got the boomerang, so I'm assuming they either have sub or village, and judging how they remove that obstacle, my guess is village. If they go for the more glaives upgrade, they're going to be fine to any mid-game rush, because more glaives will defend infinite regen rainbows, infinite purples, basically anything other than ceramics, as long as they get the bottom cross path for the red hot rings upgrade. We're gonna go for a sharpshooter here. we're actually going to go for another sharpshooter. We're going to have two sharpshooters, both cross path to the top path. It is round 11. Yeah, we're going to be fine to these space leads. And since he wants to be like that,
Oh, come on!
we are going to get a bomb shooter. Now, we don't have a lot of money, but I do want to eco with space rainbows here as much as we can. And he's going to be doing the same thing at us. I don't think he knows to do that. I think he's just copying me. We're going to set this bomb shooter to close. Now he's going to eco with group blacks just to be annoying to us. I do want to go for heavy bombs here, so let's do that.
Oh, come on!
Are you kidding me, Quincy? What happened to nothing getting past your bow? And you want to know what we're going to do here? I'm going to all out him. I'm going to sell this, and I'm going to go for camo purples.
Alright.
Okay. Well, that wasn't worth it, but that's okay. Sometimes I'm stupid. So, don't mind that. Since he's not sending us
Come
camos,
on!
we're going to go for a cluster bomb, also set to close, with the heavy bombs cross path. This strategy isn't the best by any means, but I think it's decent. But there's better strategies I'd go for, such as Tack Village Wizard. I feel like that's a much better strategy than this, and all three of those powers, I would say, are easy to be used, especially for newer players. Wizard isn't that complicated, Tag Shooter is pretty standard,
Nice.
and then the Village, the only thing I have to say about the Village is that it's kind of expensive, so it could be switched out for the sub. But he did struggle to those camo purples. So, while it's not the smartest idea, since he has more glaives, what I'm going to do is I am going to send a Moab with regen rainbows underneath and then purples all over top. What that'll do is that'll layer the rush and make it harder to defend against, and he tower boosted. I think he'll be fine. But he's going to struggle to those ceramics, and some might get through. So, I would say that's worth it, because we got a tower boost out of him. And I'm going to try to...
Incoming!
Okay, that's going to be annoying, so let's... sell these for an overdrive. I did not mean to do that, oh my god. We are so dead. The strategy is not that great, but it's also not terrible. Let's say good game to him. Alright, Quincy, make up for it in the next game, okay? I could have played that so much better. Sands of Times is a good map, or Sands of Time. Sometimes I add random S's to things. You guys know the strategy? This time around, however, we are going to be starting with the tack shooter.
You want some?
Yeah, you want some?
Now, the reason being is because the attack shooter is going to allow us to have a better early
How do
game
you
start.
like this?
So, tack
I
is really
never
good
miss.
early game. Dart it can go
Controls,
either way.
attack!
On the map Garden, I think Dart was the play, but on this map, tack shooter 100%. So, let's do this. Let's win this one with Quincy. bomb, dart, tack. We are going to start off with Quincy
Are
right
you kidding
there.
me? Nothing gets past my bow.
Nothing gets past his bow, even though
Ready
the
to
stuff
fire.
got past it last time. We're going to eco with grouped reds. Our opponent isn't being aggressive to us just yet. I'm assuming that's because they're going to start off with a dumb tower known as the sniper. People start off with the sniper so much in these lower arenas, and I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Sniper is a mid to late game tower, in my opinion. It's not worth it to try to start early game with it because it's not good for early game. You're gonna have to save up so much money, go for so many upgrades, and he sold it to go for a Dartling Gunner. Now, Dartling Gunner is gonna be a lot better, but he should have just started off with that to begin with. I'm gonna switch over to Group Blue Eco and also get this Blade Shooter. Even though we don't really need it, I just want to be prepared. Because you never know when our opponent might just randomly send us space yellows. But at the same time, I don't want to over-defend. Now, the thing that sucks about this strategy is you really have to be aggressive. You're going to have to end it mid to, like, early to mid game. If you don't end it mid game, then you're going to end up taking it late. And if you
Awesome.
take the strategy late, you are not going to like it very much. I can assure you that. Because while the Dart Monkey is decent, you're going to be relying on it for duties. And it's not the best. The only thing that has camo detection in this strategy is the Dart Monkey with the bottom cross path or bottom path. But the thing is, we have the bomb and the tack shoot. While they both are good, and we're going to go for a crossbow here, and we're actually going to cross path to the middle for this one. While they both are good towers, the bomb and the tack not having camo detection is going to screw you over in the long run. And that's just a fact of the matter. They can go good late game, but they need a decamo tower. And the Dark Monkey is not a decamo tower. Pretty much the only two decamo towers are the sub or the village. Now, technically, the sub is the only decamo tower because the sub actually strips camo off of the balloon, but the village grants camo detection. And we are going to forget about that because we are going to need a juggernaut for camo leads, and we'll go for it now. I'm going to leave it on first. This is not the best position for it, that's for sure. But let's go for that bomb now I was trying to go for. And we want a cluster bomb. We don't need it right now. We're going to cross path to the middle path and we're going to set this to close. But we don't need the cluster bomb right now, so I'm going to hold off until next income boost. Just because
Awesome.
it's really not necessary. So let's get it now. And that'll be pretty good for us. We're not going to eco with Space Rainbows just because it's late in the round 12. However, we're going to send him a bit of a purple rush here. I want him to use his level 3 ability, panic a little bit, maybe leak some lives. He's going to go for an overdrive with the wrong cross path, and if we get the win here, we get the win. Alright, we got the win, so we can win with the default strategy. That is amazing to hear.
Bullseye.
We had one good game, one bad game, but we did prove that you're gonna have to be aggressive with this strategy. If you want to succeed using this strategy, you gotta know your rushes. Purples, space region, zebras, grouped region, zebras, grouped region, rainbows. Those types of rushes are what are gonna win you games. With this beginner strategy, you're gonna have to be aggressive because you cannot rely on the dart. But considering I got a win in Ceramic Crucible, if you know your stuff and you're a new player, but let's say you watch me or you watch other battle creators and they teach you what to do, you're gonna know a lot more than if you would try to learn it all by yourself. And that's how I started, guys. I watched YouTubers to get good. Now, there was a specific one that I'm not gonna name, but there was a specific battles YouTuber that I still watch to this day, and their videos have been so helpful. It's gotten me to know what I know now. So, with that, I'm going to leave this video off where it is. So, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. This is Erasable Crab tuning out.